Good morning, dear students. I hope you all are doing great. Students, in our previous lecture, we discussed about the concept of religious diversity and the concept of unity in diversity. In today's lecture, we will further understand chapter number 3, that is unity in diversity. So, let's get started.
Language is a method of communication. A number of languages are spoken by the people of India. Hindi, English, Gujarati, Bengali, Marathi, Punjabi, Tamil, Telugu, Kannada, Malayalam, etc. are spoken in our country. The Constitution of India recognizes 22 languages. Hindi is the main official language, while English is secondary official language.
People in different parts of India speak different languages.
Like Punjabi in Punjab, Bengali in West Bengal, Tamil in Tamil Nadu, Telugu in Andhra Pradesh, Kannada in Karnataka, Marathi in Maharashtra, and Hindi in most part of central India including Madhya Pradesh, Uttar Pradesh, Haryana, and so on. In our class as well, we have students from various backgrounds. They have different mother tongues. Last year, there was one student in my class. His mother tongue was Marathi and his best friend's mother tongue was Gujarati. Even after the linguistic diversity among them, they were best friends. Students, we can also take example of them. Even after the diversity prevailing among us, we can still stay united. There is something very interesting about languages. While the script of different languages remains same, they are spoken in different forms in different regions. For example, the Gujarati spoken in Ahmedabad region of Gujarat is quite different than Rajkot region. These variations in languages are called dialects. The definition of dialects is a regional variety of languages distinguished by features of vocabulary, grammar, and pronunciation from other regional varieties and constituting together with them a single language. For example, Wagyu is a Gujarati word which means to get hurt from something. Now, in Gujarat, it is spoken like Wagyu, and in Rajkot, it is spoken like Vaigyu. The meaning of the word is same, but they are spoken in different way. You will be amazed to know that in India there are more than 500 dialects of different languages. There are many types of diversities in our country. This sometimes leads to discrimination. Discrimination means treating one person or a group worse than others. The country has rich poor, boy girl, literate illiterate, urban rural, and caste based discrimination. Let's understand the meaning of literate illiterate discrimination. Literate means educated people and illiterate means uneducated people. Literate people earn more by doing a lot, so that the standard of living of educated people is seen to be high. They have a special place in society. Illiterate people earn very less even after working a lot, and which is why discrimination arises between literate and illiterate people.
For example, when household workers work for the whole day, they hardly earn 500 rupees a day, and a teacher earns in thousands by working 7 hours a day.
Now let us understand urban life and rural life discrimination. Our country has large number of rural people. The proportion of urban people is relatively low. Discrimination arises because there is big difference in the living standard of rural people and urban people. For the solution of rising problem of discrimination, the Indian Constitution provides us certain rights. The right to equality gives everyone equal opportunity, justice, and status in the nation. No one can be discriminated on the basis of their religion, race, caste, sex, or place of birth. There are many people in our country who is not even able to get primary education. To secure their right, Constitution provides them right to free and compulsory education. The right to free and compulsory education gives everyone equal access to primary education. Discrimination is disappearing in the post-independence years as people are allowed to practice their religion, speak their own language, and celebrate their own festivals. For the collective development of the people, the government has increased the basic facilities like rural roads, primary health centers, electricity, drinking water facilities, etc. Let's go through some interesting facts about Indian languages.
So students, I expect you all to revise the part that we have discussed today. Thank you.